Yo, what's up, bro? What's up, bros and girls? All right. Hey, so first and foremost, okay. Good night. Happy. First and foremost, bro. Let me go ahead and let y'all know, okay, that I'm a little bit sick. All right. So, feeling a little bit stuffed up today, but I blew my nose as hard as I could before we started stream because I'm not trying to be. Y'all can probably definitely tell, but yeah, we got good news and we got better news. Okay. The good news is we got new wheels. Okay, we did get new wheels. Alright. We did get new wheels on the Honda Easy. Okay, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've been to the point where, for some reason, every single time I wash my car, all right, I went to PCB probably about like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, and I hadn't washed my car since. Okay, so I washed the car last Wednesday, or I think it was Tuesday, before I got the wheels put on, knowing I was going to get them put on. And for some reason, every time I take my car to the shop, everybody knows the Rad Factory in Lilburn. Okay, every time I take my car to the shop, there's always an issue. So I end up getting the wheels put on, and I end up getting the wheels put on, and end up having to leave my car there overnight, which is like once again, a burden. But we ended up getting that through there. I think what was the issue? I forgot what the issue was or why I had to leave it there the first time. But we ended up going back the day of. Okay, seeing the car. No, I think the issue was. I forgot what the issue was. I did have to leave it there. I did have to go to work, and I wanted to run more camber. I had to run more camber in the back. Only thing about the old wheels that I had, which were the Adhans DOS 07s, I believe. Those were the 18 by 9.5, 23 offset. These are no offsets. I don't. No, there is an offset. I just don't know the offset on the new ones. Okay, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Hella love was shown when I did post about it. I did release the YouTube video about it. Hella love was shown on YouTube about it. Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. All right, I can't play the music because it is copyright. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The 370Z stocks, yeah, the 370Z stocks were something that I was never looking for. And y'all, when I tell you guys, Kevin, the Rad Factory, if y'all didn't watch the video, the old guy, okay, he always be talking about me. Okay, I'm gonna come for him. So, uh, the old guy who looks like a sensei in the video, okay, he had these tucked off in the corner. Okay, so he did let me know. He was like, "Yo," he was like, "I got some wheels back in the room back there if you do want to look at them." Um, Powder coated and everything, y'all. Like the wheels didn't even come like this. He powder coated them and had them just tucked off in the back room. And he honestly asked. He asked me, he was like, "Yo, I feel like these would look like Chef's Kiss." All right. Um, I ended up basically getting them put on and end up having to run I thought it was going to be a 1 inch spacer, which was a 25 mil. And y'all, when I tell you, I forgot where I went. No, I went from Lilburn all the way down to the Mall of Georgia. All right. First and foremost, like I said, going down to PCB, I did find out that my rear struts were blown. I ended up getting that situation replaced or fixed. And then the front struts are also blown as well. Not as bad as the rear ones, but I ended up getting the rear ones replaced. I have yet to get the front struts replaced only because I cannot find no type of deal that is, because like I said, the rear ones are literally OEM struts for my car, but shorter. Okay. The ones that came with my coilover sets were 19 inches, like tall, I believe. The ones Brian ordered for me were 17, which were like 2 inches shorter, which would still allow me to run the amount of camber in the back and also, um, stay at a certain amount of height. Because if I did get another 19, it would have brought me higher at OEM. Um, which also did give me more clearance in the rear to run a little bit more camber. I think I was going like -5 all around. I think to the rear I am -7.5 now. But to be honest, I'm getting to the point because of everything going on. I'm getting to the point that until I get another daily, I'm probably going to end up slowing down on camber because every single time I try to do something with camber, I'm trying, bro. Honestly, I'm really trying. I want to hit 10 at least, just because it's, number one, that this is my daily. But the only reason why is because of the fact of the matter. Uh, have you thought about Have you thought about taking the roof box off in the wing? Um, honestly, when it comes down to it, and yes, I know a lot of people may say, first and foremost, y'all, we're not gonna talk about this right here. All right, we did, and 700 deep. Okay, y'all, I ain't gonna lie, we done came a long way. 700 deep. Okay, a few hundred more from 1,000. The only thing about it, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people, when it comes down to the roof box, are having a lot of mixed emotions about it. Honestly, me personally, I just don't. I don't feel as if, like, I feel like with the roof box, the car doesn't. And yes, I know I did not have good fitment in the video, but it's just the fact of the matter. Like, I don't know. It just, I don't feel like the car just looks complete without it. Like, I don't know about it. But other than that, I mean, I'll have to be something. I feel like now that I do have the white wheels, I feel like it complements it like a lot better. Like, I feel like it complements it a lot better. Before, when I was just kind of doing this right here, hold on. When I was kind of doing the silver and the white roof box, shout out to those guys who's also, I don't feel like it was like, really complimenting the roof box. All right. I do feel like now that I do have the white 370s, these stocks with, I don't know, I feel like with the stocks, 350Z stocks, it makes the car look a lot more sportier, especially with the clears. I don't know. I'll probably have to take it off and take the roof box off and see what it looks like without it. But I'm just not for a fact sure about how it's going to look as far as when it comes down to it. Other than that, so I ended up putting on a 25 mil, and y'all, when I tell you guys, I cannot stress enough, I did not have full lock turning to the left. Now, I owe this, bruh. I'm trying, okay? I can't do double digits until, number one, I get the big boy low life plates. Okay, I can't do double digits up front. As far as for the rear, because also the problem with me when I was running the odd hands was the 9.5s. They were too wide, and like I said, I also did not have blown struts all around, and I did not have the big boy top plates. Until I get the big boy top plates, I can't really do much as far as when it comes down. Now these wheels will allow me to run more camber, but because of the fact of the matter, blown struts in the front and no low life top plates, big boys, which cost about $400. Because I don't have those, I can't really do much in the front. And the one thing, I would rather it look subtle all around than to run big tilt in the rear and no tilt. Rich guy's crazy. I'd rather, yeah. When it comes down to like running tilt, and y'all, when I tell you guys, I have not had a set of tires for at least a month because of the fact of the matter, I end up buying tires from Global. Okay, bro, no hate to Global, but Global has, like, when it comes down to the 215s, they have them on hand ready. No other shop other than, I believe, Tire Latina has them as well. But when it comes down, but Tire Latina is sometimes. I'm talking about Global be having them on hand. Okay, I did get alignments from Global. I honestly probably still gotta go back because my car Loki is pulling a little bit to the left, but Yeah, I've had three different sets of tires from Global that have all bubbled up on me. So I literally went to Priority Tire today, and or Saturday, and the tires literally came in today. When it comes down to Priority Tire, yes, ordering tires offline are a little bit better for me because when it comes down to it, yes, you have, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that's what I'm saying because they literally. I've had three different alignments ever since this whole thing right here. I've had three different alignments and they're just not really hitting. They did recommend me to another shop, which was also only difference was at the time I had so much to come out of pocket for, which was for the for 75. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I don't run 75. I actually run, so when I run the odd Huns, which were 9.5, I'm muted. Y'all can hear me? Can y'all hear me? Am I tripping? Hello? I'm good? Okay. Yeah, so when it comes down to it, 75, I'm not gonna lie. So I went down to PCB with 55 PSI or 60. He put 60. Brian put 65 before I went down to PCB. I ended up taking out four. Come on, bro. Lock in right now, bro. Uh, I ended up putting 55 PSI into all the tires, which I ain't gonna lie, it rode good down there. All right. One thing that I can say about PCB does a great job. I'm talking about everywhere. Everywhere is construction. I'm talking about the lane shifts. Now, bro, Atlanta doesn't care Atlanta doesn't care when they do, construction. Okay. They don't care. Okay. They're gonna put these metal plates in the road that they don't care about. Okay. One thing about PCB is that when they do the lane shifts, they make sure that they smooth out everything, right? So every like lane shift to where the median is supposed to be, it's going to be smooth. So everything I had no type of problems up there as far as or down there in PCB. But other than that, like I said, I can run the double digit tilt. But like I said, I got to get the big boy top plates and also get the struts. Now I ain't gonna lie, I have been. So you think that I should be running 75 psi with more camber? I mean, when I do go more camber, because I thought it was honestly the opposite way around. I didn't know that 55 psi with alignments. I was going through tires left and right. So okay, typically, okay, when it comes down to it, how long do you? Because okay, if you're running 75 psi right now, 100%, I run 80 psi was 12. So how long do you go for tires? Like when it comes 60 to okay, so I mean I really need to like up the psi type for real. Like how long do y'all tires be lasting? Because that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, bro, the tires is I haven't had no set of tires for a full month, and it's honestly that, bro. It's not even just a fact of the matter of like with the flip. Okay, um, yeah, it's just not even. I had always heard kind of like iffy stuff about Global anyway. I know he did recommend me to another guy, but with everything having to be done as far as with camber and having to get the subframe replaced and having to get um yeah, I don't. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, yeah, because you did have. I think you were literally. How much tilt were you running when we did your video? I think yeah, you were just running a little bit, like 6, 7. Wasn't nothing crazy, but yeah, 15. Wait, okay, Otis, when you when you're when you were doing your video, are you now static? Because I didn't. Are you still on bags? Are you static? Like, did you take the bags out? I couldn't honestly really tell. Cause I'm not gonna lie, bro. You can't be. Oh, yeah, we gotta run that. We got. Are you looking at wrapping the car? So honestly, okay. Genuinely, like, what made you decide to like get rid of the bags? Like, yeah, we ain't gonna. I ain't gonna lie. We're gonna have to definitely run back your video for sure. But other than that, y'all, when it comes down to this, okay, I ain't gonna lie. I did have a dude. I don't even think I have it. I did have a dude who basically, yeah, that's very different. See, I was gonna say, I was gonna be on you because you telling me to pop out with big tilt, but you weren't. I thought you weren't static. Hey, we was definitely for hey. But somebody did take a video of my car rolling. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. This was the first video of my car rolling. All right, let's turn this brightness down so y'all can see it. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I'm gonna just have it replay. So, and also too, I will be probably popping out to Clean Culture as well. I'm trying to decide whether I should. This will be my first show. I know I didn't have the wheels. I was going to enter into Slammed Enough, which I did get accepted for, but I didn't have the wheels, so I didn't feel like the setup was complete. Um, but I now Clean Culture, and I know when it comes down to Clean Culture is a pay to play type of thing. So as long as you pay, you can get into the show. I know they're very lenient, but I may end up doing that as well. But other than that, I'm loving the new style. Okay. I'm literally when I tell you guys, I ended up putting that 25 mil and I had no full lock turning to the left. No full lock, like all quarter panel was getting scrubbed. I had all full lock to the right, but because I believe I ended up having to, that's what I'm saying. I ended up having to replace the subframe doing the camber because everything happened with. So before I got my car, I didn't know that my car had got into an accident before I got it. So when they hit this side right here. They hit this side and it basically pushed in the wheel, but pushed it up like this way. And even though I basically replaced the subframe, I think he said the caster is still kind of messed up, which is still kind of pushed it forward. It brought it back with me getting a new subframe, but it's still not the same even side as the other side. So I think that's the reason why I didn't get full lock. So now I have to put 20 mils on there. I took it back to the shop and they put 20 mil spacers on there, which still gives me full lock for the passenger side. But I still scrape, not really bad, but I kind of scrape a little bit. Turning to the left. Anytime I turn to the left, it scrapes, it rubs, which is nothing crazy. But other than that, yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I did say I was going to keep the add-ons just for stocks. But I'm not gonna lie. I screenshotted this picture and showed it to my coworker today, and they said it looked like AI. He was like, "Bro, that looks exactly like AI." But yeah, high tech. Is high tech. I think that's who they recommended to me to for alignments. Do they do alignments? I think that is. I think they. But at the time, the only reason I didn't go with high tech is because the fact of the matter that I was originally paying $1,300. Yep. So I was paying $1,300 out of pocket. All right. After all camber work, new subframe, new ball joints, new or the ball joints from LLP, okay, and everything. My price, like, and then I end up having to go buy a whole new set of tires. So I'll have to go from 215/40s to 215/35s. After everything, I was coming out of pocket with like almost 4K, bruh. Almost 4K. All right. That was the only reason why I didn't go to high tech. Okay. So it was just that, but like I said, honestly, and then Global is now to the point where, so Brian ended up telling me that Global got to the point where they don't, because I ended up going to them the first time after all fitment was done, right? All stance work was done. I ended up going to them. I ended up going back to them for them to take off a little bit of camber because I was rubbing hella quarter, right? And then from there, basically, I ended up going trying to go back to them, and they ended up doing it again. From there, and like I said, it's not just me; it's other people as well. Now they do not cover stance cars under warranty, which means every alignment you need to go like you're gonna have to pay full price, which is honestly kind of dumb because I think before they were giving 1 year warranty for any car. Stance cars get no more warranty, which means that anything dealing with your car's pulling to the right, to the left, or whatever. Your tires may be wearing out at different times or whatever, or one side may be wearing more side of the other. They're full price. So that's the only reason why I'm probably looking at going to high take. But at the time, 220 was not in the budget. It was not in the budget at all. But other than that, yeah, like I said, I did say I was definitely going to keep these right here. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know they do warranty until Brian told me either. But like I said, well, only reason why, like with me, I did say I was going to keep these right here. Only reason was because, bro, like even this shot right here. So this, basically, this random girl on TikTok basically ended up posting this video, and I didn't even know she was recording my car. Like these, I ended up posting a reel or something like that, or a TikTok, and she came into my comments and was like, I literally just posted a video. She posted this video, and she posted the second video of me riding down the highway, and she was like, "Yeah, I literally just saw you, and I didn't know." I just thought the car was cool, but like the way, like even though the car just riding, that's what I'm saying. I just don't know if I could take off the roof box. I feel like now I did consider also going with a duckbill wing, but like I don't know. I just feel like this the spoiler because I know um what's the name has uh he has one too, but something about his. So so this was his build before. He also, but I don't know. It was something about his that was kind of like throwing me off. I think it was this one. It was something about his that was kind of like throwing me off a little bit, and I don't know what it was. I don't. But he has the spoiler. I don't know if he took a picture of the back of the car, but yeah, he has the mucus spoiler too. I forgot there was a guy who had a Tiffany car as well. I think he lived a Tiffany Honda Civic. I think he lived up in Michigan, but he had a duck bill. Both, and honestly, in my opinion, I don't know. It's just something about this car, like it just. So yeah, he honestly. So when Brian basically worked on his car and all the camera work and stuff, I think he ended up getting he had to get because for the Hondas have a yeah. For the Honda in the rear, they're not set up like most cars. I think the Hondas and the Civics and the TSX have a divorce setup, which means it's strut and it's spring instead of it being strut and spring. So he ended up having to get a relocation kit for the rear. And basically, I forgot, I don't know how it's set up. It might be in his trunk or whatever. But he actually ended up going with Mugen is aggressive duckbill or no wing is cleaner. Yeah, I have thought about that. So this is I don't know if he that white. Yeah, he wrapped the car blue. I'm not gonna lie. Now I don't know if he sold the wheels and he's probably getting more wheels, or I don't know. I don't really know. He's probably in stocks. Um, Me personally, I definitely like the clears better. But like I said, he has an overall clean bro. I actually talked to him. He's a cool guy. Um, Yeah, I feel like the wing definitely gives it more aggressive, but I forgot I don't even know his name. But this blue, I don't think he has any rollers. That blue hits. I'm not gonna lie, that blue definitely does hit. But yeah, other than that, when it comes down to it, this right here, I like honestly, I don't think I don't really know what else I have to do. Yeah, yeah. And honestly, Loki, ever since Gat of last year, I've been seeing because a lot of people use like different type of stock wheels, the blades for the Accord, or yeah, the blades for the Accord, the 350Z stocks. People, I'm not gonna lie, I've seen a lot of builds that have great fitment with just regular stockies. Like honestly. Um, but I mean, when it comes down to it, like I said, only reason why my dream set of wheels were the Emmets, which they're Emmets. They're like $4,000, and I just wasn't with going ahead and basically breaking the bank and getting wheels that cost more than the car. Yes, granted, I do know that I've put more stance work into the car than what it's worth, but just for wheels is kind of crazy. I'd rather put it into the stance work so that way I can run any type of wheels I want to. Then, because y'all know Emmett's only come in like 19s as smallest. It's rare to find 18s. So when it comes down to that, I'd rather put the money into doing the stance work, and then that way I can fit any wheels I want to, than to go out and basically break the bank on some. And also, like the 19 inches, bro, they're so big. Like I feel like 18 would ever be the biggest I would go for this. I don't feel like 19s, 20s. I feel like at that point it just gets too big for a Honda. A Honda is a small, short, compact car. Um, I don't feel like when it comes to like running a big old wheel, not trying to do that. Not trying to do that at all. But yeah, other than that, yeah, I did want to come on here and say, as far as the roof box, I'm gonna check it off. I'm gonna try it and see because I have yet to take the roof box off and see what the car looks like without the roof box because I did have the roof box even when I had Monster Truck Fitment. So I'll probably take it off and see what it looks like. I just don't feel like I'm gonna get that same. I feel like the 350Z stocks really kind of complement that box.